Vrindavanachari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Srila Guru Deva. Tagore Premanandi. मायापुर शशि की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4. We continue with chapter 11, studying the pastime of Srila Dhruva Maharaj. Helping us to understand how actually bhakti should be performed and what does performing bhakti lead us to, what does it give us to say. There's a saying in English, success is a matter of luck, ask any failure. Success is a matter of luck, ask any failure. Now two things, luck or call it fortune, and another is efforts. Now in society, many people, they are very effort driven, not so much on fortune or luck. Say. No. We are funny, we must admit, na? Humans are funny, most funny race or most funny species. We must admit we are interesting. When things work our way, then yes, through my hard efforts or I had worked hard for it and all. And when works things in someone else's way, well, fortune favored him. Sort of. And in Krishna consciousness, it is not like just we are after fortune or and no efforts, or all efforts and no fortune. Like, so in this instance, see Dhruva Maharaj, what happened to him? Again, little bit rewinding ourselves into the past time. So one fine day, Dhruva Maharaj wanted to sit on his father's lap, and father wasn't taking, and his stepmom, named as Suruchi, called Suruchi, whose name was Suruchi, she spoke harshly. She spoke angrily with Dhruva Maharaj, and very cutting, very piercing words to a 5-year-old boy, telling him, "Do not you know who you are?" and things like that. Of course, the boy knows and everything. And the boy was like very silent, stunned, and father not speaking. Look, it becomes very tight, now very difficult. Someone whose shelter you take, someone who you look up to, or who is your guardian, say, and the very guardian is not coming to protect at the time of need. It's like very um, sort of in a way betraying, sort of. So, and Dhruva Maharaj was very hurt, very angry out of it, and he went to his mother. Mother advised worship Narayan and gave good moral message. And on his way towards worshipping Narayan, where will I find Narayan? In the forest, and then he met Narad Muni. So, see how our life should be. Our life should be like this. What we must uh, we must act in a way. We must act in a way that everything is depending on resting on us. We must act like this, that everything is dependent on me. And we must pray in a way that everything is dependent on Krishna. We should pray fervently. In order for prayer to be actually prayer, there has to be some eagerness. There has to be some fervent, some intensity in it, some genuineness, some meaningness, some eagerness must be there. So we must pray that everything is depending on Krishna. Everything is depending on Krishna. Nothing will happen without Krishna. But when it comes to acting, we must act in a way that everything depends on us if I don't do it. And Krishna likes both these efforts, this effort we make, of course. Uh, and through effort, not just the hard labor. By effort, meaning more desperation, showing our enthusiasm and desperation to attain Him. Krishna loves the chase. He loves the chase. When he sees a chase, his sadhaka is chasing him. So our life should be like this. We should act in a way that everything depends on me. That okay, I have to wake up early in the morning. If I don't wake up, the Mangal Arati won't happen. This won't happen. And if I don't do this service, then the service won't get done. Hmm? Everything, yes, we should act in a way that yes, everything is resting or depending on us. And while praying, well, Krishna is the supreme controller. Everything is depending or resting on him. So Dhruva Maharaj also, before embarking on the challenges of life, uh, look, Krishna arranged for him to go deep in austerity, to go deep in meditation, to go deep in his sadhana, in his Krishna consciousness. Krishna gave him that opportunity, enabled him. For in our lives as well, we will get this opportunity. Many times, opportunity will come in our life wherein we can go that extra mile. We can take an extra step, and wherever such opportunities come, we should welcome it. To go the extra mile, to take the extra step, to make an extra effort, and furthermore on those lines. Dhruva Maharaj, uh, he did both, efforts and prayer. There were efforts in his prayer. There were real efforts in his prayer. When he was deep in meditation, he was completely absorbed. And it is important for one to go in isolation or to detach oneself. If we do not detach ourselves, we can never progress. We won't be able to progress. Dhruva Maharaj left home for that reason, so that he can go in isolation in the forest and um, concentrate fully. And then he did not stay just in the forest. Now he returned home to rule as a king. And now we are seeing in this episode a bit more specific in this pastime currently, where the pastime is, say, resting, or where is it taking us, that Dhruva Maharaj is engaged in a fight with the yakshas. Uh, he's engaged in a fight with the yakshas, and seemingly he's getting carried away in the fight. He has got carried away. He's taking things a bit too far. Uh, so let us see from text 19, I believe we read. Let us see from uh, text 20. न वै स्वपक्षस्य विपक्ष एव वा परस्य मृत्योर्विशतः समं प्रजा तं धावमानम् अनुधावन्ति अनिशा यथा राजंसि अनिलं भूतो सङ्गम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his feature of eternal time, is present in the material world and is neutral towards everyone. No one is his ally and no one is his enemy. Within the jurisdiction of the time element, everyone enjoys or suffers the result of his own karma or fruitive activities. As when the wind blows, small particles of dust fly in the air. So, according to one's particular karma, one suffers or enjoys material life. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपा बुधिर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Let us read a couple more translations. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is all powerful and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. Thus, although one living entity's duration of life is very small, whereas that of another is very great, he is always in his transcendental position, and there is no question of lessening or decreasing his duration of life. The differentiation among varieties of life and their suffering and enjoyment is explained by some to be the result of karma. Others say it is due to nature, others say due to time, others due to fate, and still others say that it is due to desire. This is Swayambhuva Manu, Dhruva Maharaj's grandfather, speaking to him, giving him words of wisdom. To We need constant wisdom, we need constant encouragement, we need constant education to again keep focus in life, to understand the goal and purpose of our existence in life, and not get carried away, not get disturbed. Uh, and in education, not just in theory, in practice, in reality understanding. Beginning of like this, these are actually the basics of spiritual life. What? Reincarnation is a basic philosophy of spiritual life. Existence of soul, basic philosophy of spiritual life. Law of karma, basic philosophy of spiritual life. Desires, uh, material nature working, these are basics philosophy of spiritual life. And also existence of God. So here Dhruva Maharaj is being instructed by his grandfather on how time is powerful, how the law of karma, how this material nature and everything is working. And what do we learn from Bhagavad Gita? That everyone is sheltered in this universe. Everyone. Law of karma, it's a law. And who is the lawmaker? Krishna is the lawmaker, and he is free from that law. There's no karmic reaction. Of course, no karma on Krishna. Nothing. Krishna says na in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cheme divyam. So my birth and all my activities, they are transcendental. Wherever there is divyata or transcendental nature, there is no karma involved. So karma rests on Krishna, is sheltered by Krishna. Then material nature, again Krishna says na in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. So this Prakriti is Maya Dakshina, under the supervision, the guidance of Krishna. It is functioning, acting. So material nature is also taken shelter of Krishna. Karma taken shelter of Krishna. Mrityu Sarva Harashaham. Time is also under the superintendence of Krishna. Huh? Time, karma, material nature, the soul also. Mamaivamsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Mana shastrani indriyani prakriti stani karsati. Krishna says that living entity is a fragmental part and parcel of myself. Everyone has taken shelter of Krishna. And through Srimad Bhagavatam to Bhagavad Gita, we understand that we all are sheltered. We all take shelter actually. All of us need shelter. And this is direct appeal or direct message of Krishna consciousness. Anyone slightly wise or intelligent should take full shelter of Krishna. Okay, maybe I will pause a bit if there are any questions, comments, or reflections, or in general, so far what we have seen or say heard, and like in general throughout, and maybe anytime need not wait as such for me to stop. And anyone, I'm not sure if questions are always welcome. I'm not sure of the answers though, but yeah, questions are always welcome. Now, we are a product. We are a product of our karma. We are a product of our desires. Uh, we are a product of our consciousness is a product of our association with who all we associate. And karma definitely is heavy on us. We all are bearing the reactions of our karmic cycle, good or bad. Desires as well, very heavy. The other day we were trying to understand, right, that it is desires that lead to disaster, or it is desires that are the cause of disaster. Anything, it is desire based. Now, it is not Krishna conscious doesn't mean that okay then let better stop desiring, better having no desire. No. Process is we still have desire, and the soul cannot not have desire. Soul by nature is active, na? Soul has this functioning of thinking, feeling, and willing. Soul by nature is active. It just cannot not have desire. Uh, it's like, what do we say? Not don't eat, but no meat eating. Eat, na? Honor food. Offer it to Krishna and take Krishna Prasad. Not, but don't eat meat. Or don't even, we are not promoters or propagators of even vegetarian diet. See, vegetarian diet, even though good enough, but still it is killing involved, na? Still there is killing involved. Taking from plants, na? And vegetables, fruits, it is still, there is an element of killing involved there. But prasad, no killing, complete purification. The plant gets purified. uh, when we offer the fruits, vegetables, uh, the plant gets purified, the plant gets blessing. those who are offering it get blessing, everyone gets blessing. So we are not after just vegetarian diet, more prasaditarian, taking prasadam. And we can see like how the cells of the body will change then, become spiritualized altogether by taking prasadam, by honoring prasadam. So it is not like to have no desires or live a life of desirelessness. No, no, there's not saying again that don't eat. Rather, eat, honor prasadam. There's not like don't take intoxication, no intoxication. No. Listen to Kirtan and get intoxicated in Kirtan. Uh, It's not like no gambling. Uh, If someone wants this huge intellectual appeal, study Shastra, study scriptures. No? Of course, one doesn't study or shouldn't study for intellectual gratification, but studying Shastra, one will find such clarity and reality in life. The subtle things, the subtle elements, the subtle features of life will become very clear, very real. So, human life is to transcend desires, not just become desirelessness. No, it is to have a higher desire, a higher purpose altogether. And by higher meaning transcendental. Transcendental desire, transcendental purpose. And when will this come about? How will this come about? When we actually desire for Krishna. That is the best, highest desire. To desire for Krishna, to desire for the association of Krishna, to desire for the service of Krishna, to desire for the darshan of Krishna. When we have that desire, only then all our lower desires will completely, we will be immune or free or absolved of it. Uh, Until and unless we desire Krishna, no good, no good. One of the most, say personally, I like this very encouraging, very big motivating shloka for myself, say in practicing Krishna consciousness. Srila Narad Muni gives this instruction to Vyasdev ji. It comes in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.18. Prabhupada writes this in a book. Prabhupada wrote a small book called Civilization and Transcendence. Very nice book. It was some journal, I believe, in Bombay, who had posed some questions about like 11 some questions, and Prabhupada was responding to those questions. And it is the second chapter or the second question, um, progressing beyond progress, if I remember correct, the chapter title name, progressing beyond progress. And in that chapter, beautiful, Prabhupada explains what does real development mean. What does development mean? There's so much of hoo-ha in this world, na? Hoo-ha, you understand? Hoo-ha. There's so much of no, there's so much of hoo-ha. Yes, so much of fanfare. There's so much of buzz in this world of development, economic development, this development, that development. So much. But what is real development? Real development is development of the soul proper, development of consciousness. Hmm. That is the real development, elevation of consciousness. Uh, Having a control over mind and senses, tolerant, now over tolerating anger, control over mind, senses, demands of the mind, uh, uh, control over our actions and all. Uh, So that is the real progress. So we see in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.18, Srila Narad Muni gives this instruction to Vyasdev ji. Beautiful. What does he say? Tasyeva heto prayate te kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam upariyada tallabhyate dukhavadanyata sukham कालेन सर्वत्र गभीररंहसा. tasyeva heto prayateta kovido. Now, tasyeva, therefore, for that purpose, for that end, prayateta, to make efforts. But for what purpose? Tasyeva heto. To what, for what cause, for what reason? Prayateta, make effort, kovido, one who is intelligent, an intelligent person. Shastras, many places they call us intelligent. Humans are deemed to be intelligent, na? Humans are supposed to be intelligent, and one who is endowed with this human form of life carries a basic level of intelligence, sure. And humans have the capacity, they have the opportunity, the potential, the capacity to completely become intelligent, pure intelligent. Jai Krishna Bhaje Sai Bodo Chotur, Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. What is real intelligence? One who engages in Krishna consciousness, one who performs loving devotional service. Bhakti to Lord Shri Krishna is a really intelligent, intelligent person. So, Shastras expect from us that we are philosophically, we should be intelligent. Tasyeva heto prayatete kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam uparyadam. Huh? So we should be making efforts. But for what? To what end? To get that thing which we have never attained it yet. To attain that which we have not attained, na labhyate, which have not been attained, brahmatam, by traveling, uparyada, by traveling in the higher planetary systems or all over the universe, that which we have not fully attained yet. What? Krishna Prem. So human life is meant for that, making effort to that, for that purpose, to attain the love of Krishna. तस्यैव हेतो प्रयते कोविदो न लभ्यते यद भ्रमताम उपर्यदा तल्लभ्यते दुःखवद अन्यथा सुखम. Like, how many of us plan for distress in life? How many of us plan for distress in life? No one. We all plan for joy, happiness, peace, security in life. And many times, even if very proper, clear, good planning, still we get baffled. Still we don't attain happiness. Why? Because providence has another, fate has another thing in store for us. Providence, universe, fate has another thing in store for us. Our karma and desires are not allowing us, they are giving us something else. So, when stress comes on its own accord, and sometimes we get happiness also on its own accord, some good news suddenly comes to us. What did we do? Nothing. Suffering or enjoying. So this comes uncalled for, say. Uncalled.
I think we shouldn't. When we hear about Krishna and how glorious, how wonderful, how beautiful, and how infinitely powerful it is, it's not befitting to ask him for these small, tiny, minor details in life.
So, I mean, most of the time it makes sense not to ask for like material things, but then should we kind of just accept that, for example, people are starving because they don't have enough food? Because, I mean, there would be enough food, but humans don't distribute it the right way. So, when we know that someone doesn't have enough to survive, even like in theory, when we don't know the person, but we know that there are people starving, should we not pray for that, or what should be our approach to dealing with that situation?
in the universe. There is full arrangement, complete arrangement. Does this, as it says in the Bible, what profit a man gets who gains the world but loses his soul? Eh? Something on those lines. What profit? And this is what Bhagavatam 1.5.18 and 1.5.17 also. These two words can be, personally for me, these two shlokas are very motivating. Ultimate reason for practicing in Krishna consciousness. And one can see the shift in consciousness, the joy of clubbing and pubbing, say the joy of any other things in life, earning money, name, fame, societal and all, and the joy of practicing Krishna consciousness, no comparison. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणं भुजं हरे भजन अपक्वो अथोपते ततो यदि यत्रा क्व भद्रमबूदमुष्य किम् को वार्थोऽप्तो स्वभजतां स्वधर्मतः. 1.17. Maybe Natalie can read translation then. 117. You still have the mic, Natalie. See 1.5.17 and 1.5.18. We can check the translations for both, and 1.5.17 and 1.5.18.
A non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything.
What is 18?
Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, down to the lowest planet, Patala. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time we obtain miseries even though we do not desire them.
So what we get naturally, success or failure, say, coming from nature, why should we really be getting too carried away? Now we see here, getting carried away is the symptom of a conditioned soul. Practicing Krishna consciousness, we should make every effort to not get carried away. And this can only happen by good association. Only in good association we can protect our vision. Or before protecting our vision, we can develop a vision. Before protecting a vision has to be developed first of all. Then only can it be protected. A purpose in practicing Krishna consciousness, that can be developed, and that purpose has to be then protected, and throughout that purpose has to be checked and followed. Uh, so in society now we should be doing things needful only whatever is required, that much. So as we say, what this face should belong to the society, okay, but the heart should belong to Krishna. Face wise, yes, doing duty or doing the needful, that is fine, but heart should belong to Krishna altogether. Okay, let us see text 22 onwards, read a bit more. The differentiation among varieties of life and the suffering and enjoyment is explained by some to be the result of karma, others say it is due to nature, others due to time, others due to faith, and still others say that it is due to desire. The absolute truth, transcendence, is never subject to the understanding of imperfect sensory endeavor, nor is he subject to direct experience. He is the master of varieties of energies, like the full material energy, and no one can understand his plans or actions. Therefore, it should be concluded that although he is the original cause of all causes, no one can know him by mental speculation. Krishna cannot be fathomed at all by mental speculation, and this is the realization of Lord Brahma. Here, Swambhuva Manu saying, and throughout we see stalwart devotees, all acharyas, wanting us to know Krishna in truth as he is. My dear son, those yakshas who are descendants of Kuvera are not actually the killers of your brother. The birth and death of every living entity are caused by the Supreme, who is certainly the cause of all causes. So if we can see the hand of Krishna, that is becoming Krishna conscious. If we can see the hand of Krishna or the love of Krishna behind every action, behind every step, behind every event in our life. If we can see everything as a mercy of Krishna. Devotees share this story. What? This story like from Akbar and Birbal, very popular stories, very nice moral stories, giving good messages. So, and in history, there was this king, Mughal king Akbar, and in his minister, he had a Hindu Vaishnava, uh, um, say poet in his ministry. Apparently, he was the only Hindu minister in Akbar's ministry, and he was the most wisest of everyone, tremendously wise. And Akbar, the Mughal king, appreciated him a lot, and they both had a good relationship, a very good relationship. So, one fine day, the king went into forest for um, animal hunting, as a sport for animal hunting. And the king went into no, one fine day, the king, something had happened, and the king's finger got cut. King's finger got cut, and so he had some bandage and something done. And then he went into forest another day with a bit of his broken finger to sports, to hunt animals. And as he was like went for hunting animals, he got disconnected with his entourage, with his other ministers and soldiers. He got he got disconnected with them. They went off different direction. He was left on his own. And as he was on his own in the forest and all, he met a group of say forest people who were into man killing, say, and offering to ghost or some other personalities as a sacrifice. So they found, oh wow, we have found this very good, strong built man, and we'll kill him and we'll offer his blood. So as they were ready to kill the king, what did they notice? Oh, his finger is cut. His finger is cut, so he's a defect piece. Of course, we cannot offer a defect piece, na? So they sent him, okay, we return the goods. You are not fit for offering. So we return it. So they spared the king's life because his finger was cut. So they spared the king's life. And the king came to his kingdom. And so to begin with, I missed out this thing. To begin with, the king's finger got cut, chopped some through some mechanism, say. And Birbal, he said, "Oh, Krishna's mercy. Krishna is very merciful." Huh? And the king took it offensively. He didn't take it in that sense. He took it offensively. That my finger is cut, and you are saying this is Krishna's mercy. Huh? So the king put the minister in jail, hmm, in prison for this. That you are misbehaving. Shishikorantai Mayapur Sashiki Jam. That you have breached etiquette. You have breached etiquette here. You have breached the protocol. This is not how to joke with me. My finger is cut and you're saying this is Krishna's blessing. So go stay in the prison. That is Krishna's blessing. So with that, okay, he said. And then king went to sporting, and this event happened that because of his cut finger, he was saved actually. Otherwise, he would have been butchered there. Say. So the king returned, and the king himself went to the prison then to see Birbal. And the king said, "Wow, tell you what, it turned out to be real Krishna's blessing. Huh? That my finger was cut, so they captured me, but they didn't butcher me, they didn't kill me because I was a reject piece. Hmm? And they let me free. So I managed to really. Huh? But tell me one thing. Krishna's blessing, I understand. My finger cut, and now I got saved and all. But how is it Krishna's blessing? Huh? Because of this, you have been in prison for a week or more. And what is this Krishna's blessing? Huh? Do you still see this as Krishna's blessing? So what was the minister's reply? Was it Krishna's blessing? Was it Krishna's mercy? Fair enough question, na? The king says, somewhat I understand, okay, Krishna's blessing. That my finger was cut and I went to the forest and they captured me but didn't kill me. Huh? But how is it Krishna's blessing for you? So the minister says, well, it is Krishna's blessing, ultimate blessing for me also. Super duper blessing. How? Imagine, like, had I not told this to you, you had not sent me to the prison, what would have happened? I would have assisted you in the forest. You would have taken me for the sport, for killing animals or hunting. And what would have happened? I would have tagged along with you. I would be like your shadow, I would be following with you, and they would have captured both of us. All my ten fingers and everything is perfectly fine. I'm not at all a reject piece like you. They rejected you, but they would not have rejected me. So, Krishna's blessing. So, we need to develop this vision that we can see. This is advancement in Krishna consciousness when we perceive, realize, and live that by this fact that whatever is happening in my life is in a way to help me come closer to Him. Krishna has designed it in a way. From now, this point on, we can become Krishna conscious. From this point on, everyone in the world can become Krishna conscious from this point on, whatever their current situation be homeless or full in home. Everyone can become Krishna conscious from this point on. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead creates this material world, maintains it, and annihilates it in due course of time. But because he is transcendental to such activities, he is never affected by ego in such action or by the modes of material nature. Um, Krishna creates the world, but he is never entrapped in this world. Never ever. And we allow ourselves to be fully consumed in this world. And this is where Bhagavatam, Harinam, Japa, Devotee Association helping us to become fully Krishna conscious. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the super soul of all living entities. He is the controller and maintainer of everyone. Through the agency of his external energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates everyone. My dear boy Dhruva, please surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the ultimate goal of the progress of the world. Everyone, including the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, is working under his control, just as a bull prompted by a rope in its nose is controlled by its owner. Maybe Pip can read a few. Huh? Okay.
My dear Dhruva, at the age of only 5 years, you were very grievously afflicted by the words of your mother's co-wife, and you very boldly gave up the protection of your mother and went to the forest to engage in the yogic process for realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As a result of this, you have already achieved the topmost position in all the three worlds. Therefore, my dear Dhruva, please turn your attention to the Supreme Person, who is the infallible Brahman. Face the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in your original position, and thus, by self-realization, you will find this material differentiation to be merely flickering. Thus, regaining your natural position and rendering service unto the Supreme Lord, who is the all-powerful reservoir of all pleasure, and who lives in all living entities as the Supersoul, you will very soon forget the illusory understanding of I and my. My dear King, just consider what I have said to you, which will act as medicinal treatment upon disease. Control your anger, for anger is the foremost enemy on the path of spiritual realization. I wish all good fortune for you. Please follow my instructions. A person who desires liberation from this material world should not fall under the control of anger, because when bewildered by anger, one becomes a source of dread for all others. My dear Dhruva, you thought that the Yakshas killed your brother, and therefore you have killed great numbers of them. But by this action, you have agitated the mind of Lord Shiva's brother, Kuvera, who is the treasurer of the demigods. Please note that your actions have been very disrespectful to Kuvera and Lord Shiva. For this reason, my son, you should immediately pacify Kuvera with gentle words and prayers, and thus his wrath may not affect our family. Thus, Swayambhuva Manu, after giving instruction to Dhruva Maharaj, his grandson, received respectful obeisances from him. Then, Lord Manu and the great sages went back to their respective homes.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Let's do a short kirtan and then see where we go from here. Goranga bolite hobe pulak sharira Hari Hari bolite nayane babenira. Goranga bolite hobe pulak sharira Hari Hari bolite nayane babenira. Now this is not an exaggeration. The song na Goranga bolite hobe pulaka sharira. Pulak like hair standing on end in the body. Hari Hari bolite nayane bavenira. While calling out the names of Krishna, when will there be tears rolling in my eyes, rolling down from my eyes? Not an exaggeration. See, in life we would have experienced what? Fear. Hmm? Many children they experience a huge fear from their parents or some other personalities. No? When we experience a huge fear from someone, what do we experience? Shivering in the body, na? Hair standing on it. And what do we experience? We in fear we start crying sort of. And this is crying in love. This is shivering in love altogether. So it is not like exaggeration and it is not like play of words. The entire Krishna consciousness is not at all play of words or word jugglery. No. And it is not at all symbolic as well. Are ko benitaye chande করুণা হইবে संसार वासना मोरा कबे तू चाहोइबे विषया छड़िया कबे शुद्ध होबे मन कबे हमेरा बोसे श्री वृंदावन रूप रघुनाथ पदे होइबे अकुति कबे हम बुझाबो से जुगल पीरीति रूप रघुनाथ पदे रहो मोरे आशा प्रार्थना करो ए सदा नरोत्तम दास गौरांग बोलिते होबे पुलक शरीरा हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बाबे नीरा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Srila Gurudev. Nitya Gaur Premanandi. So there are two things in life, isn't it? Desire and deserve. Desire and deserve. What comes first, or what should be, where should we be working on, desire or deserve? Prabhupada said, first deserve, then desire. First deserve. This is the law of the world altogether. No? First we deserve. Deserve in the sense, first make efforts, first prepare yourself, first prepare the mood, and then desire. So when we make ourselves say qualified, when we deserve, when we make ourselves like yes, qualified in that sense, then that is like the fulfillment of our desire. In society, what do we hear? People say na what? Follow your heart. Do they say? Follow your heart. Follow your heart or follow your mind. Huh? Listen to your heart. Listen to. Now, is it wise to follow the heart? A conditioned soul, if he follows his heart, is going to mess about. completely mess things about. Why do we have problems, so many problems going in this world? Because we are following our heart. And what is in the heart? Lust, greed, anger, envy, pride, illusion, vanity, whatnot. All of this. I have a good friend, devotee friend in India. It was his happy birthday last year. So I gave him a phone call and I was telling him happy birthday. Although Sadhaka devotee anyways, no birthday as such, but yeah, was little bit speaking or friendly joking say. And jokingly I said, okay, pray that Krishna fulfill all your desires. And he says, don't curse me like this. Uh, he says, I pray that this never comes about. Or he says like, I will be finished, I will be ruined. If Krishna fulfills all my desires, if he fulfills one of my desire, I will be ruined. So Prabhuji, don't pray like this at least for me. Please don't do this. So this world is into ruination. Why? Because we struggle in desire management. Our desire management is not good. We are doing so many management studies now in this world. So many management studies. How to when next time pandemic comes, how do we protect ourselves? So there's so much of studies. How do we protect ourselves from natural disasters and further so many things? But we never study this desire management. And if we learn to manage desires, then won't be having disasters. So we try to see this question now. What could have like completely saved Dhruva Maharaj from this situation, King Utanpat, Suniti and Suruchi, everyone from this situation altogether? What could have saved them? Uh, this is something for personally, maybe for my own meditation, for my own contemplation. It is it is not that such events or things don't happen or won't come in our life. Na? It is not that such desires or things na, won't come about. And this is pretty much what happened with Dhruva Maharaj, right? What did he desire? He desired to sit on his father's lap. And what did his mother say? You don't deserve it. Huh? You are desiring, but you don't deserve it for now. So first you deserve, then you desire. It is a fact of the world, no? Leave Krishna consciousness, even in societal settings. Is it not first you, I desire to go to study in Oxford or Cambridge, say. Hmm? But for, do you deserve it? First deserve, then desire. So likewise in Krishna consciousness, now we should value the association of devotees, what we have. We should really value it. And in this association of devotees, we should become ourselves to be deserving to attain the mercy of Krishna. And again, deserving not in that connotation that yes, I deserve. Hmm. Can anyone desire is deserving? Can it be said equivalent to claiming deserve, or means is it like okay, I deserve this, or means I have my rightful claim over this? Now, how much of we pay? How much money do we pay for the oxygen we are taking in and carbon dioxide say we are releasing? How much money do we pay? Hardly nothing, no? What hardly nothing? Huh? But do we deserve it? Can we even claim that I deserve to take the next breath? Can we claim this? On what grounds? What do we claim? What do we deserve as such? Uh, we do deserve what? Krishna prema or grace of Krishna. But for that we have to come to that mood, come to that attitude, come to that understanding. Dhruva Maharaj's sadhana, it is not at all mechanical sadhana. Na? 6 months sadhana, and look how the gradual advancement in his sadhana. Huh? Likewise, if we want to be actually expressing our gratitude, our heartfelt emotion for this pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, then we also engage in Krishna consciousness in that manner, in that mood, as was being conducted by Dhruva Maharaj himself, taking all the inspiration from Dhruva Maharaj and from the current devotees, and especially the best inspiration for a sadhaka is from whom? From his spiritual master, the real best inspiration. And our busyness or all this running mentality will stop when we come to an acceptance level. When we come to an acceptance level, until and unless we come to an acceptance level, we cannot function. Dhruva Maharaj also, he had this acceptance level. Now, okay, I don't get my father's, don't get to sit on my father's lap, but he just did not leave it there. Yes, he acted in a way that everything depends on him. He did act in a way, na, that everything depends on him. And then simultaneously, he prayed also in the way that everything depends on Krishna. And this is how we have to shape our life as well. Act in a way that everything depends on us, but pray in a way that everything depends on Krishna. So what consciousness could have Dhruva Maharaj, King Uttanpad, Suruchi, Suniti could have carried that this would have not come about altogether? And for us in our life, how should we be leading our life? What desire and what deserving say? How much desire management do we live? Do we need? Tremendous desire management. What, bro? Okay. Thank you very much for your kind attention and encouragement. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की,
Jai.
निताय गौर प्रेमानंद
Hari
जी.
Hari Bol.
Lots of questions and answers in life, lots of things for meditation and contemplation, and everything is there for one to become self introspection. And again, preaching is never to others, preaching is for oneself only. And this is not to understand that Prabhupada, when he was preaching to himself only, he was not preaching to others. No. Prabhupada is an acharya. When Narottam Das Thakur says, na, this Ar kobe nitai chande koruna hoibe. This Narottam Das Thakur is singing, na. Samsara vasana mora kobe tucha hobe. Vishaya chadiya kobe. Is it that Narottam Das Thakur was any form of sense enjoyment? Not at all. Shuddha hobe mono is while he's living in this world, he had attained transcendence now altogether. So when Lochan Das Thakur says, na, apana karama bhunjaya samana kahoe Lochan Das. So it is not like that Lochan Das Thakur, that he's at all in having this karmic reaction, or for Narottam Das Thakur. No, not at all. It is their sheer humility. It is their complete humility altogether. So preaching is actually for oneself only, but one should not think, okay, when a sadhaka spiritual master is preaching, then oh yes, he's preaching to himself, or he's helping himself grow and advance in Krishna consciousness and all. No, it's not like, okay, when Prabhupada was preaching, he was just preaching to himself and all. No, Prabhupada is a pure devotee of Krishna. Sadhaka spiritual master is a pure devotee of Krishna. But personally, for myself, say, preaching is to myself only, to help myself understand that what consciousness should I carry in my life, that this sort of disaster management doesn't come about, or I don't have to go through it, or rather, how can I be throughout and throughout Krishna conscious altogether. This, when we desire for Krishna altogether. Shishi Khorantai Mayapur Sashi ki, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Bhakta Shish Prabhu ki Jai.